Hello, lovely people, and welcome to your Daily Focus Tarot for Friday the 29th. I hope it's been a great Friday for you. Today is all about loosening. So, in what you should focus on, we have the Three of Wands. You'll notice that he's kind of relaxed, kind of confident, looking out into the valley, looking out on the road and the field. And he's got these three wands that are just starting to bloom in the spring. These three trees. So he's looking at, what he's accomplished. He's pretty confident they're going to keep blooming and going on. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Now all of these kind of fell out together. So the Eight of Swords, obviously she's, surrounded by all these swords stuck in the ground, but there's nobody manning these swords. And she's bound and blindfolded, but she's not bound and blindfolded so tightly that she can't get out of them. She's standing on her tiptoes for some reason, but you can see that she's got, a way out of these swords. She can get herself out of this without too much difficulty. So this card is talking about feeling trapped. It's also talking about a completion and manifestation. And Three of Wands was talking about completion too. So I'm going to read from the book. In the book on the Eight of Swords, it says, quote, "Just as the mind imprisons, so can it set us free," unquote. And it's basically saying that your beliefs are holding you back. Underneath that, we had the Nine of Wands. He's got this smoke over here in the valley in between the mountains. The mountains are kind of symbolizing like solid belief, like stubbornness. He's in a very defensive position, but the smoke and the sunrise are coming up behind him. So that's going to change. And then we had the Prince of Swords. Even the horse has a battle helmet on. He's got his shield drawn. He's got his sword right at eye level, ready to take on anything. He's impulsive, rushing in. The book talks about that he has an outward focus and needs to have more of an internal focus and maturity. It says this card is tied to a radical change in lifestyle, which goes back to the reading yesterday or a couple days ago maybe, where it was talking about you wanting to change your life to be more based on your values and your goals. Now at the bottom of the deck for these, we also had Two of Swords, about indecision. The Moon, your unconscious and things that are hidden. This fear of having to walk into the other world, into this new life. Fear of being attacked by the wolf and the dog. The Magician, creating this new life. Taking that step through that doorway, or I guess through there towards the sunrise, towards the new life. And the world, everything you would wish for. Having that balance between the physical, the emotional and mental, and the desire. For a clarifier, I drew number 7, the oak. And we all know about the acorn turning into the mighty oak tree. But this is also just like number 8 of Swords. This is also talking about breaking free of false beliefs and structures in your life that you were trapped in. So structures you were trapped in. This 8 of Swords and this 9 of Wands, you're breaking free of them. And that's what you need to focus on. For what you should avoid, number 15, Cernunnos. Now, Cernunnos is quite weird. The book says, well, he's not weird, but he's a different take on it. The book says that he's the devil, which to me is about death and transformation, death and rebirth, which kind of makes sense, but that's not really how I always saw Cernunnos. But the two lovers here, the divine masculine and divine feminine, and you'll notice that they also have horns. They're sleeping here in this circle in the grove, surrounded by ferns. He's got this light behind him, and he's got one eye closed and one eye open. Now, this is about change. And the wheel, number 10, was the second card we drew. And you'll notice she's in the circle. This divine feminine, this high priestess with knowledge. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is kind of like the 8 of Swords over here. Hopefully you can see that. Where she's trapped. This 8 of Pentacles, the lovers, this new beginning, this new choice that's in the circle that's kind of being watched wearily with one eye. One eye closed, you're like turning a blind eye to something. You're avoiding something. And that's keeping you trapped in this circle. And you're avoiding breaking out of the circle. Notice she hasn't fully cast her circle yet. Something could come into it, or she could leave it. And there would be no issue. These lovers could wake up and they could leave this area. They're not trapped. You'll notice there's also an opening in the trees there that goes towards the light and goes towards the God. The 8 of Pentacles, though, the Pentacles, the material world, money, objects, stuff that's here in the physical plane, this is being trapped in stone. He's melted the pentacles and now he's pouring them into the stone to shape them, to make these pentacles for, I don't know, decoration or whatever he's making them for. So this is like you resisting change when it comes to the physical world. You're putting your feelings into stone and you're putting them into stuff. You're hanging on to stuff and, you know, you have the power of using your mind over your destiny. Physical stuff, whether you believe in psychics or not, how they will touch something and then they will speak about, they'll use it as a connection to the person who owned that object. Well, whether you believe that or not, that is, you know, that is true. Your stuff absorbs your feelings. So the more stuff that you have, the more it can just kind of be around you. If you're wearing your pajamas, sitting on the couch all day, watching TV, resisting crying, resisting thinking about how to change your life, those pajamas, that couch, the television, they're all being affected by that negativity in your mind. And when you go back to that couch, say you're having a good day and you're happy, you go back to sit on your couch, you associate that couch and sitting there and watching TV with that negative time in your life, with that time when you were crying and depressed. So physical things can sort of absorb this negative energy. They can absorb, even if it's just on a mental level, they can absorb how you're feeling, and they can affect you. They can keep you stuck in this place. They can remind you of that and prevent you from changing. Now for a clarifier, I drew the hawthorn, number 6. I'm trying to remember. Oh no, it was in a different reading. But it's quite funny that this is the one before the oak. And the hawthorn is talking about physically letting go of what does not serve you, which is like Cernunnos and the wheel, and what you should be focusing on, getting out of the 8 of Swords. So the hawthorn says in the book, let go of old stories that are painful, forgive. You are encouraged to set aside quiet time and go within. Clean out old and unnecessary thought patterns and unhelpful emotional patterns and let them go. You may be ready to let go of a behavioral rut or habit. You may be asked to protect your inner truth from something outside you. Attention to your relationship with yourself, with nature, and with the divine are essential to maintain self-sovereignty. Ask hawthorn to encircle and protect your sacred space. It is also talking about physically cleaning, letting go of what no longer serves you, treating your body, mind, and soul with sacred respect. This is a time for spring cleaning, which not only applies to your home and work environment and your garden, but also to your inner environment. Take time to put everything in order, which is very good advice, and it can help you break free. Physically cleaning stuff can also help you with mental cleaning. It can help you break free of this stone, of this circle of swords that you're in. So you need to focus on this moving forward, on breaking free and doing it with confidence. Look over what you've done so far and keep going with it. Don't let mental blocks, don't let physical blocks stop you. Avoid feeling like you're trapped because of your belongings or your physical surroundings, or even what other people are telling you. You can fight this. You really can. I hope you have a better Friday. Take care of yourself and try and get some rest over the weekend.